Images we're getting out of Dallas, or just west of Dallas this afternoon.
Absolutely.
And thankfully for us, we were expecting some storms yesterday, but there's something you mentioned that's called the cap that prevented us from seeing any rain. So technically the forecast wasn't wrong, it just something hindered it, right?
Yes, something definitely hindered it, and it was definitely a little bit more unexpected, but it still existed. I'm going to go over the details on how this happens, why this happens. Again, we're talking about the cap. It's a warm and dry layer of air well above the surface. It's usually caused by a dry line, which is a boundary between warm, dry air and warm, moist air. We had that off to the west, and some of that dry air does make its way across well above the surface, and that's right on top of the warm, moist air that's close to the surface. So basically what happens is this warm and moist air rises and cools and condenses into clouds, but it can't really grow too much anymore because of this warm and dry layer of air. So there needs to be something to really force this air past this dry layer, and that can be the air really heating up closer to the surface, or it could be a cold front, which is something that we did have, but the positioning of that cold front just wasn't right enough, and it just wasn't quite strong enough to really get these storms to fire. The cap was a little bit weaker out towards the DFW area and closer to central Texas, where they got in on some very intense thunderstorms. But again, the cap was very, very strong. The cold front did not make it very close to East Texas, so that's why we didn't really quite see the severe weather that we were expecting for yesterday. And